Hi, welcome to the Neal's Homestead, and we're back with you to give you an update on the house that we've been working on. Timothy's been helping me put together some deck railing here. We decided to just buy some, thought it looked better and it was easier than building from scratch with wood. We had to put it all together and we came up with this method to hold all the pieces together by using a ratchet strap, as you can see laying there. You got to get them all lined up and then squeeze it together and put the ratchet strap around and then just crank it down, not too tight, and it all just kind of stays together as one piece. And then you have to cut everything to fit, and then these little collars just kind of snap in and cover the parts, and everything goes together and it looks real neat and it's pretty solid. Later on we'll show you the finished product of the porch so you can see what it looks like at the end. So my wife decided to help, but of course she has to have her pretty pink shoes and pretty shorts. We decided to use the old doors on a lot of it, and they're a lot of work, but the finish was really rough on them, so we decided we'd just paint them. And I told my wife that maybe she should not use a brush, especially on the flat surfaces, that she should roll everything, but she had to try it her own way. So here she is using a brush. As you can see, there's lots of brush strokes in there. There's lots of lines. There's certain types of paint I think that you can use with a brush and it as like an enamel paint. Here's David just randomly painting in directions, but I told him to do it just in one direction, and I think he figured that out, and at least he's doing that way. So she figured out the roller, figured out that it covers better, it makes a smoother coating. It adds a little bit of texture, but it's like a nice even texture. This is just the primer right now, by the way. So it took at least 2 coats of primer and sometimes 3 or 4. And then the roller goes a lot faster too and just does a better job overall. You do have to do the corners and edges still with the brush because you can't really get in there very good with the roller. She's really cooking right here. So this is me helping her, showing that she needs to do the corners first with a brush, and then while it's still wet, roll the flat parts so that it makes the texture and everything. But you can see there's still the brush strokes left over in that from when she did it all with a brush. So we were working as a team. We had to do both sides of the doors, and it took 3 whole days to paint the doors with the primer and then the final painting. So it was a lot of work to do these things. So at least she decided to use the roller, but now she has decided to use the roller for everything. She's not using the brush in the corners, which it seems to be working fairly well, but I think the brush does a better job in the corners. So she figured out her own method, and she's covering the doors. Oh, well, maybe she figured out that she maybe needs to use the brush in the corners instead, because it does a better job after all. That's nice. She did all the corners, and then I bet the rolling goes a whole lot faster because she can just do it all at once, and I bet it looks nicer. I like that method. That's kind of just put it all out there and then roll it around. Gets the job done. Here's the doors all flipped over to the other side. She told me to put something behind the doors the night before so that it wouldn't hurt the wall, and I said, nah, it'll be all right. But it wasn't all right whenever we checked it. And yeah. Oh well, we put paint on it the first time, we can do it again, but that stinks. So we were careful to try to put stuff behind it later. Lessons learned. This is the final color that was going to go on it. I picked up some rollers because we had this small roller and I picked up the wrong size. That's a 4-inch roller holder and a 3-inch roller, so it really doesn't go good at all. I'm glad she put that on the ground because it isn't good to knock a paint tray off on the floor. This color was called Dusty Trail, and I'm pretty happy with it. It looks nice. It was pretty good paint. It went on real well, covered well. Of course, on these doors, it took a couple coats. Here's me with the fan. We had to decide which side we wanted to put up. We decided to go with the other side. This is the master bathroom. We're putting down underlayment, and then I'm teaching David how to lay flooring. So I'm teaching him how to measure and how to cut. We went over all the safety stuff, and I'm always trying to teach everybody around me, my kids especially, how to do other stuff, and I need help so we can get this job done and move on to something else. This flooring, it goes together a little bit hard actually, but it's really nice. It's waterproof, snaps together really solidly, but it's tricky. We thought of doing tile in the bathroom and stuff, but I think this looks better, and dealing with all the concrete board and the potential for cracking and stuff with tile, I think this was a better choice. I've been snapping flooring together and forcing it in place and everything for several days, and my forearms and my elbows and my shoulders are just aching and really hurt. Here we are in the bathroom again. I'm putting a wax ring down to get ready to set the toilet. And this is the new toilet that we're gonna set. We get it in there and get the bolts on it. David's been helping me throughout this project. I've been trying to teach him how to do stuff. I think it's important to know, for your kids, to know how to do things in life. As they grow up, they can take care of their own households. They can maybe earn a little money with it. They can definitely save money. Even just simple things around your house, being able to take care of those problems instead of having to call somebody to help and to have to pay them. You can just do them yourself. I think that's an important skill for kids. There it is, and it works. We just had a little bit of flooring left to do in the master bathroom, and this is where the sinks are gonna go, so we have to cut around the lines and get it over that, and then it's tricky because it doesn't go together real well. And then there's a little sliver at the end, gotta cut that, get it together, and get it all set. We've got these transition strips that we have to put down. This was a bull-nose stair step. We decided to do 2 double sinks, his and hers, in the bathroom. And that's what they look like. David was ready to turn loose on his own on the floor, but he still made a mistake there. See those 2 lines lined up? It's not supposed to be that way. He realized it though, and he went and cut a different one and broke up the pattern so that it doesn't have a weak spot right there. He's learning. Here he is, almost done with the laundry room. It took him most of a day to finish that by himself, with several little rest breaks. So the next day he's in the pantry, and he's getting faster. He's learning how to cut everything, fit everything, and getting better and better at it. That's the last piece in that room. And here he is in the bathroom. This one went even faster. This is the downstairs bathroom. I had to help him on some of the more complicated parts. And Timothy learned as well on this is a different kind of flooring that we put in other places. It's bigger, it covers a lot faster. It goes together easier too, but we usually use this tool instead of doing it by hand. Now I'm doing the fireplace. This was a gas fireplace originally, over 100 years old, and we're going back with an electric one. So I had to rip all this old stuff down, this huge, cool old fire brick there, and we had to redo it and clean all this dust out. Later on, I'll show you what the fireplace looks like after we get all the tile and everything up. Meanwhile, my wife is upstairs painting, and of course she has to have a pink pillow, or is that coral, to kneel on that matches her shirt. A lot of professional painters won't use tape in a situation like this, but they're professionals and are good at keeping the paint off the wall. And my wife has done a lot of painting, murals and stuff, but this is kind of her first experience to try to do something to sell. So I advised that she should probably use painter's tape in this situation to avoid hitting the wall and the floor, but she had to try her own way, and she had to keep cleaning paint off the floor and then try again and get more paint off the floor. Now she's painting the trim on the outside of the house, and of course she has to have her nice pink capris and flip-flops, and she used painter's tape. David and I'm teaching him how to sand the stairs. He's using a detail sander to sand off the old finish. They have these little triangle sanding pads that go on there that get in the corners so you can reach stuff that you can't get with a round sander. I think he kind of enjoyed this step of the process. We're going to paint the toe kicks, and we're going to refinish the treads of the stairs. This is him tearing up a round disc after round disc trying to sand. He was pretty rough on those. They didn't grab on that sander very well. He did a good job though on that stuff. Now we have the little kids chilling out outside, keeping the baby happy. The baby who is, of course, eating something all the time. We had a good teamwork going on here. We're all working, and the little kids are taking care of the baby. The next day we asked them to help clean up a bunch of the paint that dripped on the floor as we were refinishing. Micah did a really good job with no hesitation. Maya didn't really like it much, but we offered to pay her $5 if she would do it, and she did a really good job. And the baby's taking a nap, which is always nice because that frees everybody up to do a lot of things. And now I'm showing you the house a while back before there was very much finishing stuff done. This is what it looked like not too long ago, with just kind of junk everywhere. We had a lot of the sheetrock up, but there's still sheetrock everywhere and more to do. Everything's kind of a mess. There's all the mudding that needs to be done. This is in the kitchen and the laundry room and the pantry, the dining room out there. This is what we've done so far. We're almost there. There's still some more little touch-up stuff to do, but the flooring's down, the walls are mostly painted, need some touch-up, some closets are in, stairs are partially finished. We need a little bit of touch-up here and there. We did a lot of cleaning. There's still more junk to clean up. We're still using some tools, so they're kind of in the way. This is the fireplace. We put this porcelain stone looking tile on it. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and the electric fireplace down there. It looks a whole lot cleaner than the brick did. This is the dining room going into the kitchen area. We put the cabinets, and then we had granite countertops put on. This is the backsplash. It's under progress. Back door, the sink. This is the shelving for the pantry. I asked David to put it up. He had to learn how to do all that stuff. He's leveling the bracket at the top here. We decided to go with mostly white appliances, except for the refrigerator, because we would have had to order one in and it was a pain. This is the china cabinet. We decided to keep this and just refinish it. So I've touched some things up on it. We're gonna get some new stain on it. The treads are ready for the final coat of painting, and then we'll refinish the tops. We're going to stain and lacquer them. And this is going upstairs. We're going to look around up there and see how it looks. These are the 2 bedrooms and the bathroom. The fan turned out pretty good. The door and the closet are done here. And now we're going to go down the hall and go to the next bedroom. And we'll look in here. And there's Micah chilling out, watching the baby. And this room is all done, except that the kids keep messing things up. And closet doors are on. And this room has 2 closets. It's got the doors and the closet and everything up. And the baby saw mommy, so she's gonna try to follow her everywhere. She's got her squeaky shoes on. She loves those little shoes. Makes noise everywhere she goes. This is the master bedroom. We've got it all touched up and painted. Closet isn't up yet in here. It's the hatch to the attic that I still have to do something with. There's the 2 vanities that we put in with lights and mirrors. We've stayed with grays and whites and off-whites for the most part with this place, except for the dusty trail doors. This is the stairs going down again. There's the railing. We sanded the top of the railing. We're gonna finish it, not the whole thing. We're not gonna finish the balusters, just the stairs and the top of the railing. This is like a way that you can go from the front room to the other room or down the stairs and go towards the kitchen. That's it for what we've got right now. We'll show you next time with the final product. And man, we can't wait to get back to the homestead because we really miss things there. See you guys next time.